Okay, well, welcome everybody. It is November 8th and we are in that
He's in the
holiday.
South.
Okay, hold on.
Let's
Yeah, go ahead,
You know what? He
Nancy.
didn't do it intentionally. He
Come
still can't
on,
figure out how he ended up
on.
down here.
Hold on.
Yeah, he wants to stay
Okay.
down here.
I'm gonna mute all.
All right,
Okay.
okay, we'll start this again. Welcome everybody. November 8th, we're right at the beginning of our big holiday season. We're super excited, but I am really excited. Thank you so much, Christie, because I have been watching you from afar. I see you doing all these great things. I see you posting and helping people on Table. So this is all about our new platform called Table, because that's where we want to be in the future. And I am really excited that you are going to be sharing with us. And 30 years with Pampered Chef, Christie, that's totally amazing. And this is really astonishing. You're $1.871 million in sales, $1,871 in sales. That is awesome. I bow down to you for that. So she started Table last fall, but she's been exclusively doing Table since the beginning of the year. So since January 1st, and she's done about 140 shows on Table. So we are super excited. I'm going to let you take the floor because I know that you have got a lot to share. We need to know everything you know. So
Okay, well, and you know what? You're going to find that it's not nearly as hard as what some of you have it made up to be in your mind. It's just different, but it's not hard. And you know what? I wasn't nervous at all until Nancy Joe came on here talking about all of these icons, these people that I have adored for years and looked up to. And so, oh my goodness. I am so honored that you have invited me in, and I'm very willing to share with you what has helped me to be successful on Table. So first of all, I think that you all know that you do need to invest a little bit of time and do your table training that Pampered Chef offers. They've done a really good job with that. There were Teach Me series. Of course, there are those that are in the dash, but anything you can get your hands on, go ahead and take those things. And then what I'm going to do is just kind of show you how to implement what those basics that you learn. It would be a waste of all of our time if I went through those basics because they're there for you. I would also recommend that you join the Pampered Chef Consultant Table Facebook group. That is where you're going to get additional information. But here's the place that I think you should start. I've seen several consultants that have just said, I'm just going to go completely over. I'm just going to stop Facebook and I'm going to go do everything on Table. That's okay. And I've seen people be successful that way. That's a little more risk than what I'm comfortable with. And I'm also not going to suggest you do that. If you're like me, your family depends on your income. And so that to me is just a little bit risky. And I don't actually think that you need to involve risk in here. So here's what I'm going to suggest to you. Why not do your own shared rewards party alongside your regular schedule, however you're being successful? If it's in cooking shows, Facebook shows, whatever that is, keep that going. And let's do your own shared rewards on Table. And here's one of the reasons why I'm going to suggest that. Because you're eliminating the host coaching. You are the host. Host coaching is different. And there is a system that you're going to need to, you're going to need to learn how to navigate the host coaching to really partner with your hosts to get the desired results. So in my opinion, why have to learn it all in the beginning? I think one of the best ways for you to learn host coaching is to be a host. So when I started and I did my shared rewards, I suggested that I said to people, hey, come on over and check out this new social media platform. And I called them table testers. Okay. Now I have a formula that I teach all of my organization in reaching out. Your very first outreach, whether it's by phone, text, private message, it makes no difference. But your very first conversation, your very first reach out, the purpose is communication, to start a conversation. So here's one of the mistake that I think a lot of us make and have made in the past. We're going to send somebody a text this long with all the things we're excited about. And it's genuine. We are excited about so much. We have so much to offer. But we send that to them, and I think it comes to them. They don't want to take time to read it, and it says salesy, salesy, salesy. Okay? I'm all about building relationships, which I think you can do so much more effectively on the table platform than what I was able to do on the Facebook platform. So here's my rule of thumb. You get one greeting. Hi, Nancy Joe. This is Christie with Pampered Chef. You get one sentence of greeting. You get 2 or 3 sentences to get your point across, which is to pique the curiosity. We're not giving a lot of information. We're piquing their curiosity, and then you end with a question. So mine might be something like, hi, Nancy Joe, this is Christy. Hope you're doing well. Wanted to tell you about our new social media platform, and I am so excited about the holiday gathering that I am offering over there. I would love for you to come and check it out and be one of my table testers and be able to shop at a discount. Would you be interested in the details? Now I'm going to write that out, and then I'm going to apply the formula, and I'm going to say, did I go over too much in one area? What could I pull out? But that's the formula that I work by all the time. All you're asking is, would they like the details? You're not giving the details. Okay? We want to start a conversation. So very often they're going to say, and I'll give you for instance, I tracked the other day, I did 120 outreaches with a message similar to that. Half of those people responded. I got to tell you, that blew me away. But let me tell you how I do it. So I got, let's see if I can find the numbers, 19 or 20, I believe, were yeses. Yes, they would like to be invited. They would like more details. Here it is. 18 were yeses, one wanted to see a catalog, one wanted to book their own show, and 40 said no. But half of the people responded. I do not get upset about a no at all. And here's the reason. I'm in communication. We've opened that door of communication. And so what I can say to that person is, thanks, Nancy Joe, for responding. I really appreciate that. And if I can be of any help with you as you're doing your holiday entertaining or shopping, be sure and let me know. And I sent the link to the holiday mini catalog. You know what? I ended that no on a positive note. I just re-energized that communication and that contact and that relationship with that person. I don't care that they didn't need anything right now. That was all okay. All right. But I never start a shared rewards party until I have at least 20 people that say, yes, they want the details. So then I'm going to send the details about, here's the link to join the party. I have a really nice invitation that I make up with a graphic. Here's the link to join. You're going to be able to shop at a discount. You're going to be a table tester. You're going to be some of the first to see this new format. I make them feel really special to be a table tester. And then I reward them for checking out the new format. And that's the shared rewards discount. But it's not coming out of my pocket. And you've got e-cookbooks that you can use for different things. So I make them feel really special. And when I send them the details, I might say, and if you join within by midnight tonight, I'll send you a kitchen kindness cookbook or whatever. You've got all those e-cookbooks there. Put some urgency on it. Okay, let's go back to the message now. I get as many responses after 24 hours when I say, if Nancy Joe didn't respond, I say, any interest, Nancy Joe? And I get as many people that come back and will respond to that. I'm responding to every person by name, building relationships. Okay. All right. So now once I have at least 20 people that I'm going to go ahead and send that invitation to, then I'm going to ask them if they would like to invite a friend to be a table tester. So that's how you're going to get your attendance up from that initial 20, then you're going to get that attendance up. And then if they want to invite a friend, if they want to, actually, I prefer that they tell me who they want me to invite, because then they're going to get that nice invitation that I sent them. I have their phone number so that I can continue to stay in contact with them. And then I put the person that sent me that name to invite a friend, they go in for a drawing. And it doesn't have to be anything special. Add a rub to their order, something like that. All right. So when I'm the host coach, when I'm the host, then I don't have to worry about host coaching someone else. I can coach myself. And you know what? I'm a good host and I do what I tell me to do. You can't always trust your host to do that. So I would say learn on yourself first. So I have my host coaching system that I use for every single host. It's, I've created it in a template, in a system. And if we have time, I don't mind going through that with you. Most everything is texting conversation. Here's one of the main questions I get. Do you have that in a drip campaign? Do you have that in boards? Fast and easy. I think, okay, I'm old. Look at my hair. I think that everybody is thinking fast and easy, fast and easy. I've got to do $20,000 a week and I've got to do 100 shows a week and I've got to do fast and easy, fast and easy. And I'm telling you, you're going to have the same results, if not better, when you're focused on building relationships. So my host coaching, even though I have a template that I basically copy and paste, I paste it in there, and then it's not uncommon for me to go ahead and adjust a few words based on the conversation that this host and I are in. Okay, so I don't have to write the whole thing. I have something to work with, but it is very conversational. And we do conversational up until the time for the phone call, and then I try to connect with them by phone. And then we go back to the texting where I tell them each step, or I may send them the link or, whatever. So that's just easy to have in the text. And if we have time, I'll go through that with you. So I do send the invitations out for my guests. And here is the reason. I'm really a little reluctant to ask my host, Nancy Jo, I want to make sure that we have at least 25 guests in our gathering. So, that may take 60, 70 people that you're going to invite. And it needs to be that personal invitation. I would like for you to call each of them by name, see if they are interested. And then if you didn't hear back from them, then on Monday, I'd like for you to send that reminder to all of those people. And then each day, I would also like for you to send a text tease or a reminder. I'll give it to you, but then I'd like you to send that to all of those people. Does that excite any of you? I would be a little reluctant asking my host to do that. You know what? That's the service that I offer my hosts. And that's why we get good results. That's also the reason why I have connection with each of those guests and I'm able to build relationships. Because think about it this way. When those guests have received an invitation by text, and it has their host's picture on part of that invitation. And I say, hi, Nancy Jo, this is Christie, Patty's friend, Patty Moserino's friend, and Patty is hosting a show on our new social media platform. And I go on and tell a little bit about that. And it's got Patty's picture in the invitation. So they can see this is all on the up and up. This is personal, okay? And then that goes out on Saturday. Some of them are going to join. And then on Monday, I send another reminder and I say, hey, Nancy Joe, just wanted to remind you that Patty's holiday gathering is going to be starting tomorrow. If you haven't joined, here's the link to make it easy. We're going to have a great time and lots of sharing of holiday entertaining ideas, recipes, and gift tips. I hope to see you at the table. Another invitation from me, okay, to go in and check. My shows run Tuesday through Friday, 4 days. And Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, every day, that guest is going to get a text from me. Hi, Nancy Joe. It's your table server, Christie, and just wanted to make sure that you had seen the recipe for the blah, 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 or the gift idea for the whatever. And I'm going to send a little picture. And just to make it easy for you to check it out, here's the link. I see them come in when I do that. I also include on my third day, on Thursday, I include a prize drawing link to my Google survey. And you know, one of the things, and this has just been I've 3 times now within the last 3 weeks, and you're not going to get everybody to fill those out, of course, but from those that fill it out, in the last 3 groups of shows that I've done, I said, is there anything that you particularly enjoyed about the table platform? And people have said the daily reminders. And we even had a conversation and she said, I fully intended to go in, but I got busy, I got distracted. And so having that daily reminder was so helpful. So they're not hating this. Here's the other thing. I think by law, I'm not real versed on this. So, but what I've been told is that when we text somebody, we need to put in that disclaimer that they can stop, they can have a stop anytime they want. So on the invitation day and the reminder day at the bottom, I say, texting not your thing. No worries, just reply stop and you won't receive any more texts from me and it's all good, heart. So they know it's like, I'm not going to be, here's the way first one kind of got my heart. And then I'm like, listen, maybe they can't get texts while they're at work, or maybe they're paying for texts or whatever. Just don't take it personally. It's okay. There's going to be enough that want to be there. And I figure by day 1, 2, 3, and 4, if they haven't told me to stop by then they want my texts. And it is a customer service. That's what I want you to hear. It's not about you. It's not about driving sales. This is a customer service. And that's the way I go into it. That's why I reach out daily. Now, I do have a service now, Project Broadcast, that I do that through, but I'm going to tell you that when I first started at the first of the year, and I was running those shows and I didn't have a clue what we were doing. The pilot looked so different than what you all are seeing now. And it was a little rough. And so I wasn't sure how this was going to go. So I sure wasn't going to start something else. And I texted every one of those guests every day. I carved out about, depending on how many shows you have going, 30 minutes to an hour in the afternoon. I had the telephone numbers in front of me. I started texting and I would say, hi, Nancy Joe, paste. Hi, Patty, paste. Hi, Becky, paste. It was worth it to me to do that. And then I found out about Project Broadcast. I decided table was where I was going to live. And so I just added that in. Project Broadcast does so much for your business. There's so many possibilities, but I'm going to say, don't feel like, oh my goodness, I've got to learn table and then I've got to learn. You don't. You all know how to text. You all know how to copy and paste. Do that to see how this is going to work for you. Get your feet wet that way. And then even if you go into Project Broadcast, do that one thing. Just send your reminder, that one thing. Don't feel like you have to know. And then you're going to grow as you see there's other things you can do, but don't try to tackle that all at once. So by the time that my guests have received an invitation on Saturday, a reminder on Monday that the party starts, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday with teases, when I follow up with them and I say, hey, Nancy Joe, hope you had a good time at the table gathering. And I wanted to see if you'd like to invite some of your friends to gather together and share some holiday ideas and recipes with them. Would you like to surprise Patty and book a party? Or a gathering or whatever you want to call it. It's not weird for me to reach out to them. And here's the truth. many times they're the ones that have started the conversation, not about booking, not about recruiting, but they've started a conversation. Hey, tell Patty I can't make it this week. I'm on vacation, but I appreciate her inviting me, or what. They're starting the conversation. I didn't have that on Facebook Messenger. Matter of fact, I was at their mercy, because if we're not Facebook friends, when I text them through private message, if they don't answer me and I don't have a phone number, you're dead in the water. You don't have another option. I have options, and these people talk to me. I'm not rude and invasive. I'm offering customer service one time a day. And I do say to them, this is Christie, your table server, or whatever you want to say. And this is with your daily summary or with your daily reminder or something like that. So they know they're getting one from me. Question, does Table send out email invitations? Yeah, I mean, email reminders daily? Yes. Patty, how many emails do you have in your inbox?
Too many.
Exactly. I do not count on anyone receiving or reading an email in a timely fashion. So I'm not going to depend on that. I depend on my text, the communication. And so from there, we build that relationship, and we build that after they've received 6 texts from me. I just don't think that they see it as weird when we continue a conversation. So you're not going to get the engagement on Table usually that you've seen on Facebook, but here's the big difference. The people that are in Table are there because they want to be there. That's the only way that they can get added, is if they choose to join that gathering. And I see a higher percentage of orders. I haven't really researched to look and see if my orders are higher, but you know what? I don't think that we've ever had a problem with having, it's not the amount of orders. Like, how many orders do you get that are $10? I don't get that anymore with our shipping being $7.95. Who wants to buy a $10 item and pay $7.95 shipping? So I don't know, either they're going with somebody else, or they've decided, hey, if I'm going to pay shipping, I'm going to spend more money or whatever. But the amount of our orders, I don't think is the issue. So I see a higher percentage of people that order. So I've got one other thing I'm going to tell you, and then I'm just going to let you open it up to questions, and I'll answer anything that you want. 30 years in the business, and I can tell you that I have never had this amount of sales. I have, but not this amount of sales for this amount of work. I'm spending less time working my personal side of my business to generate that amount of sales. My goal is elite seller, so $6,000 a month, and I have not missed that since January on Table. I've been able to do that consistently, all on Table and with shared rewards, but my shared rewards are run on Table. I do a shared rewards every month. Now, if you don't have a customer base, but I don't think that's any of you, if you don't have a customer base, that's going to be a little rough for you. But look at Marie over there. How long has she been in the business? How many customers do you think she has? So I go back to customers that have purchased. You know, I could add it. I could go down back 5 years ago. The problem is so many of those are landlines. The phone numbers that we have are maybe landlines. So you don't know if it's a current. So I just started with 2 years ago. And even from that, every month I just go through the alphabet, and I'll take a few letters of the alphabet, and I send this very same invitation that I told you. Apply that formula, greeting, 2-3 sentences, ask a question. And I invite them to come over and try out the new social media platform. These are not necessarily new customers because they ordered from me at one time, but they're customers that, unless your customer service follow-up has been a whole lot better than mine, they're pretty much lost customers. Because if they wanted to order Pampered Chef, would they know and remember to come back to me? I'm guessing maybe not. So I'm bringing those people back in, and I'm giving them something. I'm not asking them for something. I'm giving them something. And so I think that solidifies the relationship. And so between table and shared rewards, I'm having consistent sales with less work. And here was how I know that what I'm saying is true. I went to the Bahamas, and then just I think 3 weeks later, I went on the Prague trip. And I hope this is none of you. In the airport at the Bahamas, we're all wearing our shirts, and this was the connecting flight. I think it might have been Atlanta. I don't even remember. And you see all of the Pampered Chef people sitting at our gate, getting ready to board to go to the Bahamas. And they've got their computers out, and they're furiously working, trying to respond and trying to count tickets and trying to give prizes and trying to private message and get. And I just walked around and I asked some questions. That night before, I was in bed at 10 o'clock, and I said to my husband, look at me. I'm almost always up, sometimes going to that trip with no sleep because you were up all night. And I said, look at me, it's 10 o'clock. I am packed. My business is ready for me to leave, and I am good to go. It's like the first in 30 years of incentive trips. And I'm watching everybody work furiously at the airport. I'm like, that used to be me. I went on the Prague trip and I took my computer. You know why? In case I got stuck in Prague with COVID. I wanted to be able to work. Truth. I did not even open my computer. 2 major trips in about a month, and still had $6,000 in sales both of those months. Now, I'm not bragging about the 6,000. There's people on here that are doing 10,000 a month and 20,000. That's fine. You can still do that on this platform. 6,000 is what I want to do. The whole point is I reached my goal by not having to work every minute. And on trips before, if I wasn't working every minute before internet and before computers, I was thinking about my business and probably thinking that I should have been host coaching, I always took it with me until this time. This was different. I have always, with Facebook, I would leave the office, say 9 or 10 o'clock in the evening after I had had some training calls, whatever. I would go sit in front of the television. My husband and I would watch the programs. I would watch while I'm working on a Facebook template or, changing out something, counting tickets, all the things that we have to do. Now I leave the office, we go to bed, we watch the beautiful new television that we bought ourselves for Christmas, and I don't touch the electronics. I'm done. That's how I know it's made a difference.
Oh my gosh. So I am the only one probably not muted because I'm looking, but everybody is staring into the screen and they're all like, oh my gosh. And I'm thinking, this is amazing. Your connections are awesome. Your verbiage is like, it is, I think this is a game changer. I am sure. And I know that Cora wrote in the word too, because I'm thinking the one word that could describe this would be hopeful. I'm like, oh my gosh. Everybody's probably thinking the same thing. They're
You know what? I had somebody that is not even in my organization, and this almost brings me to tears. If I told you her name, you would all know. You'd like, oh yeah, we know her. Consistently selling over $20,000. So she said, business isn't bad, but I'm exhausted. I've lost my passion. I don't know if I want to do this anymore. It's not fun. And I said, I think table can help, but you have to decide if it's where you want to be first. And I would say to anybody, before you give up on this business, don't walk away from everything that you Facebook was exhausting to me.
Amen.
One summer, the summer that we had the Toy Story things, I had 3 accounts in Facebook jail at the same time. I would not, I don't know that I could have stayed with it if that's all I had was Facebook. I was exhausted by it. I was so bored with it. I am so invigorated by table because I'm touching people. I'm in communication with people. This is a people business. Nancy, Joe, Patty, Marie, this is how we started. It was a people business. I'm
Okay,
back to a people business virtually because
So-
I'm in connection.
so can I ask you, this is just very basic, the inviting process. So I am visualizing that you take the host's picture. Is that what you did? A picture of her face? And you created what, like,
Can we see that post, Christie?
and then they send you their friends' contacts? Like they're sending you 50?
Yeah.
Yes, but I need to go through that with you if you guys
Yes.
have the time. I mean, I
Yes.
would like for you to experience it. Let me find project broadcast. Oh, I
Yes,
got 'em in-
please. Yes, please. Because I've been doing a lot. I did about 6 or 8 of the table parties, and then I went back to Facebook because I was having such a struggle with this. So I want to learn this desperately. So please.
Yes. Yeah.
There's my invitation. So what
Okay.
happens
Uh,
is,
So you have a template and you just insert whoever's hosting into the picture?
yeah, and I'm going to show you that let's talk through that for a minute. All right, now understand this is all texting and it's all conversational. So I've got bits and pieces, okay? So Patty has told me that she wants to host a show. And here's the other thing, I'm booking in close. Like I had somebody that said they wanted to start this Tuesday and that was on Thursday. Okay, no problem, we got it. So Patty says, yep, she wants to start on Tuesday. And I say, great, I'll get it all set up. And then we can start working towards a successful party. Just start thinking about who you want to invite. And I'll invite all of your guests for you. This new format is so fun and easy. Okay, got to sell that first of all. I'm offering a service to you. I'm going to make this so easy for you to host. Okay. So then I'm going to say another text. And I think this is important that it's done conversational. You know, she's probably going to respond and say, oh, good. I'm so excited. This sounds like it's going to be fun. So then the next text, and it's right away. Would you like me to send you a couple of catalogs to share with your friends and family, or do you prefer to use the link to the virtual catalog? Wait for her to respond. It's a monologue if you aren't having conversation. That's not what I'm interested in. We're having conversation. So then once she responds to that, I say, do you have a picture of yourself that you would like for me to use for the invitations that I'll create? I'll crop it so it doesn't matter about the background, what you're wearing or who you're with. This will make the invitation personal as it goes to your friends and family. I'll send over a copy of the invitation for you to approve before I send it out. Okay, so now I'm going to wait for her response and I may have to prompt her. And sometimes I'll say, did you find a picture that you wanted, or would you like me to grab one from your Facebook profile? You know, if I'm not getting a response like within 24 hours, but this is immediately as soon as we've booked the party. This wasn't a part of the plan, but as I analyze it, here's what I think is happening. I think once they give me that picture and immediately, I mean, guys, think about it. When you've got the template created in Canva, how fast is it for you to grab that picture, crop it, stick it down in the bottom, turn around and send it back to her? I believe she has bought in. I have had 0 cancellations since the beginning of the year. And one host that did not qualify with her host rewards because she didn't do what I asked her to do. She wanted to do it her way. Okay. I do have to qualify that and said I've had one past host that has been a host many times. We were ready with her invitation and she said, I can't do this right now. Could we wait till after the beginning of the year? I said, you take care of yourself and we'll connect. She's had so many shows with me. I don't know what's going on, but she's not being flaky. So that's the only one that I could say nobody else have we got to this point and they've canceled the show. Nobody. Can you say that on Facebook? I'm in shock. So I believe that once we get to this point, they're bought in. And this is happening as soon as we book the party. You go into Consultant's Corner. It may take you 5 minutes to set that show up. I go immediately into table, another 5 minutes to set it up. And I have my pre-party already. So I go ahead and schedule the pre-party so that it's done. When guests or hosts come in, that's what they're going to see. And I do that immediately. I can do all of that in about 10 minutes. From the time we book the party, in about 10 minutes, we're there, ready to go. Okay. All right. So now I've got, yes.
Can I interrupt you 1 minute? So
Sure.
your pre-party, how many posts does it have?
About
On average?
6.
6 posts. And do you change anything the next day as well?
No, from that
All
gets,
they're
that goes
invited.
in immediately and nothing else happens until the Tuesday of day 1.
And you start inviting on Friday? did you say?
Saturday,
Saturday.
I bring my host in on Friday
Mhm.
and then the invitations go out on Saturday. We have Sunday, Monday is a reminder, and then nothing changes in that until Tuesday.
Okay. Are you having any problems getting phone numbers from your host?
No, and I'll tell you why. So that's part of what I'm getting ready to do. So now, a week before the party, if we have that much time, because most often these are set up like a couple of weeks, so I'm getting all of that out of the way. We've got the invitation created. Now, a week before the party, so on Tuesday is the day I start my host coaching for the next Tuesday. So I'm going to say, hey, Nancy Jo, it's time for us to get started working on your party. And my hosts want to know how many do they need to invite? And my answer is as many as it takes to have 25 guests in our gathering. And it's fine to encourage friends to invite friends. That all counts towards your 25. And then I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to take a break. When you have 25 guests who join our group, as an added bonus, you're going to receive $25 in free pantry products. And you'll want to choose something like the caramel latte bread to make for your family over holidays, or the Italian herb bread or beer bread, or you may prefer to stock up on spices and rubs. It's your choice. My
Nice.
focus is not on how many to invite. My focus is on 25 guests in the show. That's what we're going to focus on. Okay. All right. Now, once we have established that, and she may say, oh, I'm excited about that, whatever. I don't need much response. I just need to know she's alive and partnering with me here. Okay. And then I'm going to say, if you can have all your guest names and phone numbers to me by Thursday, I'm going to get your guest list created and I'll send the invitations out for you on Saturday. Do you know how to share contact from your phone? Most hosts find it easiest to just press share contact and send the information to me that way. And I'm going to wait for her to respond. Does she know how to share contact? Okay, let's analyze this for a minute, because here's what I'm thinking is happening. So we've gone back and forth. At this point, we've gone back and forth 6 or 8 times at a minimum, working up to this point. And it might have started 2 weeks ago, and now here we are a week out. I've planted the seed a couple of times. I'm going to send your invitations for you. Now get real. How am I going to send your invitations for you if you don't give me some information? Okay. And when I say, if you can send your names and phone numbers over to me, I'll go ahead and start creating your guest list. And they might think for a minute, oh, I don't know if I should do that, but she's going to send all the invitations for me. Sure. I'll let her. It's a service we're offering. It's no different from when you all used to send invitations to your cooking shows.
I was just going to say
I mean,
that.
sending me the address, isn't that a whole lot more risky? And if these people have been in a gathering, they're going to know what I'm sending and they get to opt out. It's just, no, I'm not having any trouble with it.
The other thing that I like to say to my host is the company warranties your products, anything you bought, first under your email, then under your phone number. So they're going to need that information before you finish your order anyway.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So I do have one that was being a little stubborn about getting those phone numbers to me. She had sent me 9. And so we went back and forth and I said, okay, we're just going to go with this. And so I had everything set up and I sent her the invitation that I said, I'm going to send out to these 9. And she said, so do I need to invite more people? Like, okay, well, typically, and I said, one of my hosts, I said, I'm sitting here working on the guest list for one of my hosts, and she sent me 58. She said, a host sent you 58 guest information and phone numbers. And I'm like, yeah, that's, it's not unusual at all because here's the service I offer. I'm going to send the invitation and the reminder and then 4 daily summaries. And I do all of that for my host. So I just really hate for you to have to do all of that work. She said, I'll figure out how to do it as soon as I get home from school. Now, I have one that still won't send them. She says she doesn't have phone numbers, that these are all Facebook friends. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do as a last resort, but I promise you it is a last resort. I will offer to set up a Facebook event and I put the table link and the shopping link and something attractive that's going to kind of draw them in and get their curiosity. But I say the party is happening on the table website. Here's the link to join. I am not going to feed them through the Facebook event. If you feed them there, they're going to stay.
Do you just each day say, jump over for whatever and
Nope,
put the
I
link
posted
again?
the invitation. She has 6 people there that have joined the event. And I just now posted the reminder like I would have sent to them and said, join the table. That's where all the recipes and all of the holiday ideas and all of that's going to be happening. And as soon as I get off this phone call, my next call will be to her to say, we've got 6 guests on Facebook, but they have to join the table link. That's where they get fed. Do you want me to invite anybody personally? Because you all know it's not that she doesn't have phone numbers. So I'll do it either way she wants, but I can promise her a successful show when she goes through the system.
Wow.
Christie, I wonder if, in that situation, could you, and this is just brainstorming here, have you ever put like just one post up of something really engaging that says, this is an example of what you're going to see on our table party on that Facebook?
I did quite a while back. Honestly, I've probably only had to do this since January. I'm going to say 4 times at the most, and I really think it's only been 3. And we didn't have successful shows.
Okay.
They just
that happens.
Because I have no phone numbers to stay in contact with these people. And even when they join table, if they join with phone numbers, okay. But if they don't, I have no access to them. And it's that daily reminder and that daily communication with them, building that relationship that makes a difference.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Christie, I have to ask you, oh, sorry, go ahead, Nancy.
I was going to say, we have some questions.
Yeah, but I have one. So are
Sure.
you communicating? So this might answer some of these questions. Is all your communication with your host and are they through Project Broadcast?
Yes, ma'am. And the reason is because I realized that it was going to be confusing to them if I private message and text from my phone and text through Project Broadcast.
Okay.
So now I'm trying to keep everything through Project Broadcast.
Because,
And
Are
I
you
can't even
grouping them
call
by
through
party?
Project Broadcast.
yeah. And on your
Are you-
Project Broadcast, every response or communication is a separate. So it would definitely answer the question, when they're sending you those contacts, because if they're sending you 58, are they sending you 58 separate contacts when they're sharing?
There is a way that they can send a file, and I'm just learning about this. I had a host that just did it, and it took me, I don't think it was hard on her part. She had an Android and I have an iPhone. It was just a matter of me being able to access that file. So I'm kind of learning about that. But most often my host just starts sending shared contact one at a time. And it comes, I get 58 dings and I'm like, ooh, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Okay, so
I had one lady that was old school, gave me 164 over the phone. Guess what?
Oh.
She had over $2,000 show. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Oh my
I-
God.
I have
Wait,
a
over
question
the
about
phone?
that.
Like, is she texting you over or she's talking to you over the phone?
She did the first one while I was on the phone with her, and then she said, I can't figure it out. So we talked and I wrote.
Okay.
I have a
All
question.
Yes, Susan.
All right, so Project Broadcast, are you taking, like, I just asked a hostess who did like a $1,200 show last year and she does not want to host. So I'm going to do a shared rewards. Are you taking that host and are you adding a tag in your Project Broadcast like Rhonda's, Rhonda Chase guests, so that then you can just click and send to them, hey, just wanted to let you know, like, we're doing that. Okay. So
I do add tags. I have a tag for each of my hosts who are hosting on table so that I know that that guest was connected with her.
perfect. And then next year you can say, hey, Karen's doing her party again, and you can pull all of those guests up, because I take screenshots of old parties and then I re-enter all those guests and I currently email them, but I want to access Project Broadcast. All right. So I have two more quick questions because I definitely am doing this. I've already created my little invitation. You have the invitation that you send out that says, hey, I'm hosting a party, and you put their picture in. I think I'm going to put a picture of me next to them so that they know who I
Right.
am.
If you're the one that's hosting, yes, I would.
Yeah. And then you're sending it out to everybody, and you said a greeting, 2 or 3 sentences, and then an invite to check out the new party type. Could you just give a little bit of an example of that, just so I can craft my own as to, because I'm too wordy. I give too much stuff about,
Okay.
oh, it's not on
Yeah,
Facebook. And
I'll be happy to tell you all of that, but you have to apply the formula. Your goal. What's the goal? Is it to get information across at first? No, the goal is to start a conversation. So you only get, you can't wiggle me out of this. If you want to follow my formula, a greeting, 2 to 3 sentences to pique curiosity and start a conversation and end with a question. No more, Susan. You cannot get any more out of me. Don't
so
ask me
peak
for any more
conversation,
room. No.
like peak conversation. So let's give some little like, oh my gosh, have you seen what's new with the XYZ? Or are you interested in some holiday drink recipes? I've got some great ones, something like that. To
Oh,
pique
no,
interest,
no,
or
no.
product related. What? Give me
Let me
some.
see if I can get to one.
I
gotta
just need
think how to-
direction. Like, how am I piquing the interest? Am I piquing it about table? Am I piquing it about products, or about what's new for the holiday?
I just need to see if I can find one real quick.
Sure.
Yeah, I've sent lots of host invitations since then. All right.
While you're looking for that, Peggy,
Yeah.
Peggy Larson asked, if you're getting guest contacts from a bunch of different hosts, do you know which guest goes with which host? Well, if it's in
Yes.
the texting thread, it's her
Right.
guest, right?
Right.
So you got Carol's party, and
Right
these are
there.
all,
See, there's
yeah.
Kim Kennedy's party, and she has
Wait,
sent
are
me
you screen
41.
sharing? Are you screen sharing?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, I meant to. Too many things open here. Okay, share. Okay, so here is Kim Kennedy's party. Oops, that was. And she sent me 41 contacts, and I put them all in her tag. So it's all connected to Kim Kennedy's party. That's the tag on each guest.
And you do a template, right? And then you go in manually as you're adding these guests, and you're typing their contact in, and then you're tagging them to your host, and then you're sending a chat and clicking the template. And then
And actually, you all have a teenager in your life. I have an assistant, and she takes those and she creates the tags and puts the guest and the information in. That's not anything you all need to be spending your time doing.
Yeah, I have an
Christie,
office
okay,
assistant
So
that does
let
my
me just see if I
birthdays.
can
I was
find
gonna say,
a,
show them one of the chats so that they understand. Like they
Okay.
can see the chat with, how you're getting information.
All right, let's go to, this is one gal that decided to host. So, and I think I might have sent her, yeah, shoot, no, this is not, but this is where we're doing our texting back and forth. Look, there's where she sent me all of the guest list.
Wait, those are
Um,
numbers. Oh, that's her contact info. That's her contact. So you have to actually click on all of those?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Well, I don't because my assistant does.
Okay.
But yes, unless, yeah, that was the only easy way for us to do that. And you know what? Here's the thing. You might all say, I'm not interested in doing that. It works for me because it's a service.
Yeah.
I want to make it easy on my host. That's the whole purpose.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go. I know for a fact that I invited this host. So let's just find coffee. And here's Michelle. Now, we've also had our host coaching conversations. So, but I'm pretty sure I can get back to,
Now, I'm sorry that I feel
Hmm?
like so low on the tech poll. Is this all in Facebook Messenger? Is this in Project?
No,
What do you
that's-
have open right
it's-
now that we're looking at?
Project Broadcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the host coaching. I was thinking I could find where I sent the initial invitation. Tuesday. No. No, this is still host coaching.
Oh, it says
Mm.
load earlier, so it's not all on there. Click the load earlier. You see at the top? No, go up.
Well, this is already where she had a
Oh.
party.
I was
This
thinking you
is-
were looking for the invitation.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of who I sent an invitation to.
Would it be in your template?
Let's just try this. No, because I created, I don't think it would be. It might be. All right. Hi, Ginger. This is Christie, and I wanted to thank you for joining. Now that's okay, this gal joined. So these are the daily reminders. Look at this.
Oh, yeah.
I'll show you those.
Let's
Here
see.
was,
Oh, there's a picture of.
Oh, that's
Okay.
great.
hi, Ginger. This is Christie, and you expressed interest in getting the link to the anniversary celebration. It all starts Tuesday. I'll be featuring the new fall products, sharing tips, and highlighting new recipes for everyday meals made easy through October 22nd. Check in every day to see how you can be in the daily giveaway. Now, that was what she had said she wanted to be in the thing. So let me see if I can find, oh, here we go.
Oh, I love it.
Hi,
Are you
Ginger.
interested?
This is Christy with Pampered Chef. It's our 41st anniversary, and I'm hosting a virtual gathering to celebrate. As a guest, you'll experience our new way to party, receive mealtime inspiration, and be able to shop at a discount applied to your entire order, whether shopping for yourself or for gifts. Would you like an invitation, or would you be interested in the details, or however you want to end it?
Wow.
And then no response. So 24 hours later, I go in and go, any interest, Ginger? And she said, possibly. I'm on vacation next week. I said, it'll be next week, all next week. Or she's this week. I said, it'll be next week. She said, you could send me an invite. Okay, so we went back and forth. There's the invitation. And here's the reminder. Come and join us at the table. Hi, Ginger. It's Christy. Want to remind you that the anniversary starts tomorrow. I gave her the theme. If you have not joined yet, here's the link. If you've already logged in, be sure and check out the virtual kitchen. So there's the link. And then texting not your thing, no worries. Just reply stop and it's all good. Okay, there's day one. And look, it's short.
So
Mainly has the link.
The reply stop is after the very first text.
I do that one on the invitation and on the reminder that goes out on Monday.
Okay,
If they haven't stopped by then I'm assuming they are waiting for my texts.
I love it.
All right, and so there's day two, short and with the link. day 3, and each one is telling them what's happening today over in the gathering.
Oh,
We're doing charcuterie over there, or how to build a snack board, or whatever. There's the link to my Google prize drawing slip and the link to join the gathering. And then this one was the last one, with the link to do the Google door prize again and the link to join. Okay.
okay. Wow. Are your thank yous in a personal message, or are they on the table? Just getting,
They're a personal message.
okay. Okay. Okay, boy.
And is that where you find you get a lot of your bookings, Christie, is in that personal follow-up message? What does that sound or look like?
So I'm just gonna, I don't think that part has changed any from what we were all doing in Facebook, because the way I got bookings from Facebook was personal outreach. It was a little bit more generic and sterile, because I might have a phone number from where they placed an order. It didn't mean that we'd been texting or building a relationship or anything. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to say, hey, Nancy Joe, thanks so much for your order on Patty's party. Would you like to surprise Patty and host your own virtual party? And that's the first communication they're getting from me. It's just, this is so much better, because they've gotten several texts before we're even going there, before we're talking about that. So yeah, I'm doing all of that through Project Broadcast, so we can actually, it can be a conversation.
Yeah.
I know that there's I saw you, some kind of tracker or binder or something to keep track of. How are you keeping track of all this? I think there was a question in there as well.
I'm not doing a great job with that. I just have my trusty little notebook here, and I will
Okay.
write down, and in not Project Broadcast, in Table, you
No,
can,
go, yeah. Put it over
you
your
can-
face like that.
you
Yeah.
can print out the guest list.
Oh, okay.
So after, like, about when we're at the first day, I can print that out and go from there, and then I can just add anybody. Do you know that because I send those reminders to yeah, there Susan's got hers.
Okay.
You know, because I send those reminders to everybody on the guest list, whether they've joined or not, I see them join throughout the week.
Wow.
So, and
Oh.
from that, I am tracking, the guests, like if they place an order, I just write everything on here. But I also am each piece of my host coaching, I just was making notes on that, and I want to create a tracker for that so that I don't miss anything. I absolutely believe that the reason why the hosts give me the phone numbers is because we've built the relationship and they know they can trust me. We've gone back and forth in conversation. They've given me their pictures. I might, and you know what, if anybody's reluctant to give me a picture, I might say, Nancy Joe, do you have a picture you want to send me? Or even if you have one of your kids or your grandkids, and they're like, oh yeah, I got a picture of my grandkids. And I'm like, okay, send me that. And what do your grandchildren call you? So one of the invitations was the grandkids down there, and it says, my Nene is having a virtual party.
Oh, cute idea.
Love
Okay.
it.
Those, and I've said, oh my gosh, your grandchildren are so adorable. Or they send me their own personal picture, and I say, oh, that is lovely. That is going to make a beautiful invitation. And we are building a relationship. You cannot go right in and say, I'm going to send out your invitation, so go ahead and send me all those phone numbers. That's not going to work.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice, and I'm not sure if it's already being fixed in Table, but when you click the top button to send out emails, it only takes the first 10. Like when you click the first button, like, in Pampered Chef, if you click the top button, it selects all. It only selects the first 10. And then you have to go to the next page and click select all for it to send an email to those next 10. Which I didn't realize. So when I was selecting all my first couple shows, only the first 10 people were getting my emails.
Oh.
So just food for thought, you have to do more than one email until they fix that.
Yeah. I love that. But you're not, I mean, they are sending out those emails, but you're doing the text messages. That's what you're
I
doing.
don't put any stock in email
Yeah.
at all.
Okay. Okay.
It's a nice as a plan B, but no.
Yeah. So I think Marie is asking a question. If you don't have project broadcast, how would you do this? She's just
I did
thinking
it all by hand for the first
Okay.
6 weeks when I was
Okay.
testing this, Marie.
Yeah.
I would go to my texting. I have, because I have Apple, you can text from your computer and text from your phone, but even
Right.
if you're texting from your phone, I have the list with the phone numbers and I go, hi, Marie, paste, because I've already created that message I wanted to send to today. Go to the next phone number. If you've done it a couple times, it's going to probably start to autofill anyway. Hi, Ann, paste. Hi, Amy, paste. I did all of them by hand and I still felt like it was a wise use of my time because I'm having so much more response.
Okay.
So I'm
I
just,
do not have to do 6 shows a week to make the sales that is my sales goal.
What are
so
you
the
doing?
question
How many?
really-
How many shows
Well,
are you doing a week?
I did a training for my director, Yvonne Matson, and I said, it's not been a normal month because it was a week in the Bahamas and a week in, actually about a little longer than a week in Prague. I don't really know. And she said, well, I'm going to say 3 to 4. And I said, no, don't say that. I'm not. Like, honestly, I can do $6,000 in sales in 2 shows a week on table and a shared rewards.
Okay.
And one
Because you're
thing
having
that,
no cancellations. Can you comprehend this?
No.
We would book 6 Facebook parties, throw that spaghetti at the wall, hoping that 4 were going to stick and 2 were going to qualify.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chrissy, one of the things that Angie Adams shared on a video she just did this week is that she does a birthday shared rewards every month, because
Right.
that way she's only contacting those people once a year for shared rewards. Because a couple people have made the comment that, oh my gosh, I've had too many shared rewards, because now people are saying, what's my discount?
Right.
For the next time they order. And I just love that idea that she did that, because that means once a year. Now you can
Right.
also go back and do for anniversary or whatever, but I just love that idea that it's your birthday month. How about, let's join our shared rewards. You get a discount as a birthday gift. I love that idea.
Yep,
So if
excellent.
you've gone through your ABCs, you know what I mean? Or you could do the birthday month, if
And
they.
Nancy Jo, when I go to send someone an invitation for this or to start a conversation with them through Project Broadcast, I can see if they've joined anybody else's show, and whether it was another shared rewards. So if they've been in a shared rewards party or 2, I'm going to skip them. It's like, no, we're going to move on to somebody else. Because what I'm wanting to do is reach out to customers that I haven't had any contact with in the last couple of years.
Okay.
That's really wise, really wise, because we want to use shared rewards, but we don't want to abuse shared
Abuse
rewards.
it, correct.
Because nobody's gonna, who wants to pay full price if you don't have to, and I just think you need to have a plan. So I love the plan of going through the alphabet in your CCE or doing the birthday month. I really like that.
I like the birthday.
It looks like to me, maybe somebody's asking about my assistant logging in. I'm going to tell you my rule for an assistant too. And there's people on here that have a whole lot many more years of assistance than I do. If I can't trust my assistant with my passwords and my life, then I don't need her. And so my assistant, we have a family connection. I've known her for many, many years. Her husband is one of our ministers. Her daughter married my grandson. We're going to have grandbabies that we share. I can teach her anything I need her to know. What I can't do is I have to be able to trust her.
Yeah.
That's first and foremost for me.
Yeah.
So yes, she has all of my passwords so that if I die, she can help my family navigate through all of that. And that's the way I want it.
Yeah. So yeah, so I think the question was, is that right, Marie, that you were asking how she would text from her phone when she has to do it manually. So that's not a possibility. You have to
So
do it through
she's
Project
doing
Broadcast.
the inviting for you. She's doing that initial invite with the 48 names or however many your host
All
gave.
she's doing is entering the names in for me and I do everything else.
So she's entering the data.
Right. That's all she's doing in there.
And in the data, all you're doing is putting the name and the phone number. Is that right?
I don't
And a
even need
tag.
the last name.
Oh, really?
Sometimes they only send me the first name and that's okay with me.
Okay. All right. All right.
Yep.
Now let's switch gears for just a second. We'll go to actually the table platform. So
Okay.
we got some questions here about, are you using the company's outlines or are you creating your own?
I've created my own for several months because you need to understand that we didn't have outlines in the
Yeah.
pilot. Ever since Pampered Chef brought those out, I am using their outline to prove to everybody that you can be successful with Pampered Chef's outline and how easy it is. So, I mean, honestly, my assistant does a great job with outlines, but I'm kind of like, why do I need to pay her to do that? She spent a lot of time in those when they're doing a fantastic job with their outlines.
Yeah. We only have 2 right now, right? There's only really 2 right now.
Oh, no, there's lots. There's the pizza party that we could go back and use. There was everyday meals made easy. Something about the new fall products, but I can't remember how they worded it. And now we have the holiday one. There was a backyard when it first
Barbecue,
came out in August.
I just
There
don't
was
know if
several.
they're all up there. Like, are some of those old ones like I don't remember seeing that many. Okay, all right, you're probably
I think
right.
there's just 4 up there for new
Okay.
people. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
Oh,
there's
for,
4.
oh, okay. That
Okay.
answers. Thank you.
Okay, so this is still the special needs child here. So, so the trick in utilizing table to get maximum results is that you are building this relationship with your host, creating a personal invite. So whether you have Project Broadcast or not, you are then personally inviting the group to the party, but then you're sending a daily reminder. Can I see that daily reminder again? Just one example of today. So you are kind of telling them what the theme of the day is, like today,
Right.
you're
And I have created, let me just pull up November so that you can see those right
and then
here.
you said something about a daily drawing. What is that? And for
No, I don't do a daily drawing. I like sometimes I'll put, if it's for my shared rewards, I might say, if you join by midnight tonight, I'll put your name in a drawing. Or if they invite a friend, I would put their name in a drawing, but that's not normally like for my hosts. Okay, so here's the one that will go out tomorrow. And see, I've already got them created for November. So this takes me maybe 3 minutes per show. So I'm going to go, it says, let's just schedule it. Let's just schedule it so that you can see. Okay, schedule. There's my templates right here. And I want November, day 1. Okay, so there's the picture. Hi, it always addresses them by name. I think that is so important. That's one of the reasons I started using Project Broadcast. This is Christie with your daily table summary. Welcome to our first day. Today, you'll see the price break on one of our most popular tools that will help to relieve mealtime stress during the busiest season. And I'll share some ways to create memories with a hot cocoa bar. To easily check out the great recipes, tools, and ideas, go to, so I'll put my host link in here. Let's just go to Michelle. Why not? Let's show you how this is how easy the process is. And sometimes I have like a little note where I have all of these. I just haven't created that yet for this week. Okay, so put her link in here. Add contacts. There's the tags. Michelle Coffee. I'm going to add all 55. And I want that to send tomorrow, Tuesday at 2:37 p.m. It's scheduled.
Okay.
I'm going to go back and do that for the next party and the next party and the next party.
Wait, could you do me a favor? Let's see what some of your other daily reminders look like. Do you mind?
Okay. Nope, not at all. Okay, so there's November 1. Here's November 2, the day 2.
Okay. And there
Hi,
is a
Patty.
picture.
This is Christy with your daily summary. Today I'm highlighting SIPs and apps. Have you heard of charcuterie? To easily check in and see what it's all about, go to.
Okay.
And I might say, if we have set up a live chat, I might say, your host and I, Nancy Joe and I will be going live tonight at 7 o'clock to share another idea with you. We'd love to have you join us. And then I'll just tell them how to grab that link. Or watch in the table for the link to join us or something like that. And then day 3. And I'm always taking this graphic is going back to the show for whatever is happening that day. This is Christy with your daily summary. Tomorrow's our last day of ideas and recipes. Do you like prizes? Get entered into the prize drawing by completing this short survey. That's your Google survey. I hope that you find the gift ideas for everyone helpful that I posted today. Always the link. Always, always, always the link to make it easy for them to go back. And then day 4. Hi, this is Christy, and this is our last day of posts in the table. I would love to help you host a gathering with your friends and earn the products you want free or at a discount, and your hosts get the credit. If you've not filled out our survey for the prize drawing, here's the link. I hope that you've enjoyed the tips and many recipes that I've shared. Let me know if I can be of any assistance to you as you pamper your kitchen or do some holiday shopping. Thank you so much for gathering with us at the table. Link.
How much does Project Broadcast cost? Like, I'm just wondering about it being,
I think that first level, it was starting at $10, and I don't know if they've increased that, but
It's
my
15.
thought was,
It's
I'm not
$15
having,
now.
yeah. So my thought was I don't have to pay for Cent Share anymore.
okay.
So it was just kind of a wash for me.
And do you use DSAM? Do you use DSAM?
Yes.
Christy? Okay. So that's another $10. Okay. All right.
Oh, are they charging for DSAM now?
They are.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, all the customer follow-up that we're supposed to do, thank you for your order. Do you have your items out of your box? Hey, can I help you with anything else? You can't manually keep up with that when you're doing high volumes. You just can't. And I found that as soon as I started doing Project Broadcast and DSAM, like at least that's off my mental checklist. Like
Right.
they're hearing from me multiple times throughout the year. So if they need something, hopefully they're going to remember who I am. Your first
Yep.
one, you're saying file me under P for Pampered Sue. The second one, you're saying there's great specials. By the time you hit the 6-month mark, you're saying, hey, the new catalog's out. Do you want me to mail you one? And you're not having to manually do that. It's automatic, and they'll get back to you if they want a catalog. So it's really, you're saving on an office assistant, really.
I think it takes less time to keep a customer than it does to generate a new one.
Yes. Excellent. So would you guys explain DSAM? Somebody or Christy, will you guys, I know people are asking what DSAM is. I know it's connected to Project Broadcast, and I know it's a service that it connects to your email. So you don't have to physically add any of those contacts in there. Is that right?
It's another layer of that works with Project Broadcast. And so basically, just to make it simple, when you get an order and it comes through your email, or you have a new consultant sign up and that comes through your email, DSAM grabs that information from the email. And then from there, you can set up drip campaigns to, tell it exactly what to do. I would not encourage you to even go there. I don't want to tell you anymore because I would
Oh.
not recommend you go there. You need to be on table. You need to learn table. And then if you can't do contacts on your own, then maybe you want to add in that first level of project broadcast just to help you make those contacts. But I would hold off on DSAM. It gets a little complicated and I don't want you to get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, table is not overwhelming. It's just like taking any kind of an online course. It's going to be different. You're going to have to learn a little bit. You're going to have to practice a little bit. You put in a little bit of effort into that first kickoff day to make that personal. Everything else is pretty easy. And you're not going to win at your first try at host coaching. You know, you're going to have to figure out where's your groove? What are you going to settle into? What are you going to be comfortable with in working with those hosts? So, you know, it was a learning curve. The way that I've developed all of this, it was by trial and error.
And Christie, I have a simple question for you. How many posts are you putting? You're running 4 days of actual party. About how many posts are you putting in each one of those days?
However many Pampered Chef puts in the template.
Okay. All right.
Except that for the holiday template that they have, then they brought out that additional price break on the quick cooker. And
Okay.
that wasn't in the template. So I did create something for that. So I added one more, and then I added a live doing the quick cooker. And I would not add that in, if we can do a live chat, my host and our guests can do a live chat, I would just do that live. But if we can't get the schedules together to make that happen, I've got that live ready to go. But
Awesome.
everything else, I'm really using home office template.
That's great.
How often do you go live using the video chat function in your parties?
I'm just only going once. And this last week I had 2 or 3, I can't remember. I think I had 3 shows going last week and none of them went live. I just leave that up. It's once again, it's a service I offer my host. And if she can't make that work into her schedule, then I'll do the demo. You can now take your Facebook lives
I saw
and
that.
put those over into table.
Yeah, I saw that. I love it. So, how do you, or what kind of reviews or whatever what kind of feedback are you getting from your customers on table?
On this last week of 3 shows, I don't know, I probably only had 12 or 13 that filled out the review. But that's, if they didn't, then that's another way that I can reach out after the show. And I thanks so much for joining the table. Hope that you enjoyed it. Is there anything about the table experience that you particularly enjoyed? So that's a good way to start that conversation before you say, would you like to host a gathering? But most often, I'm not getting any complaints. The latest ones, somebody said it was a little hard to follow. And I don't even know what she meant by that.
Yeah.
I don't think she knew what she meant by that. And then another one said that she couldn't get the videos to play. The videos by default are always muted. That's a part of the plan. And she did not believe that she had them muted or could unmute them. And so, okay.
Yeah.
So she wasn't a fan. Those are the only 2 complaints that I've had recently. I wear Mary Mann's text out, sending her the good things, like the good responses that we get, how people love it, how they really appreciated the daily text, how this was the easiest show that they've ever hosted. Overwhelmingly positive.
Yes.
Well, and you're doing the work. I think that's really
Yeah.
the
Oh my
key,
gosh.
that they're not having to do stuff every day. And since shared rewards is easier to work, I mean, not shared rewards, but table is easier to work. And we don't have to go in and constantly do those engagements to get the algorithms up. I think we can put in that other stuff, and then we have so
And that's where I'm at, Nancy Jo. I told in Prague, I told Andrew and Nevena, I would so much rather spend my time connecting with people than counting tickets and trying to fight with the algorithms and, you know, be the clown and, hey, comment on this and whatever. I want to connect with people.
Yeah. You do that so well. I could feel it. You are just so thoughtful and so caring, and it,
Even when you get a no, it's our job to respond and still give them value.
yeah,
Mhm.
I love that. I love
Very
that.
good. You know what? It's almost.
Oh, wait, I just have another question. Onboarding. Wait, onboarding. We got to get her. We got her trapped in here. Onboarding. Are you onboarding all your new consultants with Table?
Yes, I am. And
Okay.
what I recommend is that we do a shared rewards party as their launch party, and I run it. And if they'll give me and most often they do, give me their guest list, and I do this for them the very same way. And, you know, I keep them in the loop so that they can see it, that I'm modeling this for them. And then we do a shared rewards. Now, if they want the host rewards, that's okay. I'll still run it for them. And I explain to the guests in something that I'm sending them, I'm doing this. You're going to see that it looks like I'm the consultant here because I'm doing this as a part of Michelle's training.
Okay.
So, and you know, I am a trainer and a consultant.
How
and
do
I
you
would
do that? You get their link, their shopping link. Is that what you're doing?
I just have them set
Okay.
it up on their consultant's corner. They give me the link. Everything else is done on my table because that's the only way I can schedule outlines.
You get all their
is on my
contacts?
table.
You get all their contacts then? You'll have to get all their
I
contacts.
do, but you know what? The way that I justify that is if you did a show for someone and at the end they decide they want to be a consultant, you still had all their contacts.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So if I see anybody in that I see is connected in Project Broadcast, I could easily see, you know, if she's connected to another party, I wouldn't touch that.
Okay. All right. Good information.
Unless they're no longer a
Yeah.
consultant.
There you go. There you go. Perfect. Yeah.
And then I might be glad I had that information.
Yeah. Yeah. You're absolutely right. Good.
And Denise said, Anna, unlimited chat is included with all plans now since the price increase. Okay.
Correct.
So when you're chatting back and forth, it's not costing you. It's just
Okay.
the initial.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, that's good to know. I love it.
I have just a quick tip if you guys do have an office assistant. I take screenshots of birthdays on Facebook. You know, it pops up, tells you whose birthday's coming up. So I just take screenshots and I send them to my office assistant. She goes into Pampered Chef and searches their name as a contact. And if they are a contact of mine, we have groups now that say January birthday, February birthday, March birthday. And so she puts a tag on them. And then I can export all of October's birthdays right into Project Broadcast, and it'll have a tag right with it automatically. So
Awesome.
she's going in and updating it in Pampered Chef for me. So that's the busy work of it, but it's like 2 clicks to import the whole October birthdays. And then I can start trying to do the shared rewards thing. I just started that, but I was like, oh, that's way simpler. So just
Yeah.
for those that are like me that aren't as tech savvy, I was like, oh, that's really fast.
I
And then
love
it's
it.
there for next time and it's all tagged for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. I think we have just sucked you dry.
Did
my
you
friend.
get your
Are
money's
you
worth?
feeling taken advantage of, Christie? Because we
I
just.
can't even, I don't know. You are making my heart sing. The heavens opened up. The angels are singing. Seriously, this has been more than what I expected. I can't even tell you. This is like a gift, and I am sure everybody else agrees because we have.
I love
everybody-
Table so much. I
Yeah.
have fallen in love with my business again, and I am so passionate about what Table can do for us.
I
And,
think-
and everybody tell Christie your aha. Tell her in the chat.
Yeah.
What really
What is the
resonated
biggest
with
thing?
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause
The
we
fact
have
that you
3
are
minutes.
not glued to your computer, I'm like, what does that look like? I feel
And-
like I've worn out the keys.
And Susan Moulton just brought up another reminder. You can engage and catch people with that 15-minute show and then turn them right into that table party. And that, I think that's brilliant, because then there's that, look at what you're going to get. Here's a tease. And now you're going to get it for 4 days. You're going to get so much information on the things that you need to know. So that's, I think that's perfect.
Laura just had table can be after party of the express party.
That's right. That's
Look at
right.
that.
Yes.
So
Do you,
many
you know, do
ahas.
you want more? Go here and you'll be able to really engage and see and do all the videos, and the fact that their videos are so short and sweet. I mean, it just makes it really, really great.
And Nancy Jo, how would you feel if I texted you, if I engaged with you and invited you to come and be a table tester and get, as a result, as a thank you, you're going to get to shop at a discount? I'm not asking you for anything. I'm giving.
That's right. And that's in your shared rewards parties, correct?
That's what
Yep.
sets us apart. If you will do your own shared rewards, call it table testers, make them feel really special.
Mhm.
And then you give them that gift. That's what sets us apart from salespeople in the other direct sales industry.
Oh my God.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So many ahas. I think it's, and another one is, yeah, Peggy just said, you know, right now I'm feeling like I'm doing PC 24/7. She said, you know, I could love
It's
to
not
have my
fun. You
life
can
back.
only do that for so long.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You'll burn out. You'll burn out. And I know back in the day when we did 2 parties a week, that was on purpose. We had bookings to do way, way more, but this way we balanced our lives and we were
Yeah.
able to do it for the long run. And you want to do that with this too. Now, a lot of people do have assistants to help them so that they can do 10 parties in a week, you know, and if that's what you want, that's your business, you know. That's
Right.
the beauty of it. You can go as
Right.
do whatever you like, but this is great.
The concern I have, not a concern about table, because I just gotta do it. But I liked that you were very gentle with us at the beginning, that you said it's okay. You go in and
Yes.
take it gently and come over slowly. But we need to have this for the everyday person who's not going to invest
Yeah.
in an assistant. So I
Right.
don't know if Pampered Chef's going to do their own project broadcast or assimilation, but I feel like if I have to learn project broadcast, learn table, like all of it is just overwhelming. And thinking
That's why
about,
I'm quick to say you don't have to invest in project broadcast. You don't have to learn project broadcast for the first 6 weeks. And I think I was probably doing more shows than what the average person you're talking about. Like your hobbyist or somebody that's working the full-time job and has the family, they're doing 1 show a week, maybe.
Mhm.
It's not going to take them very long to send a reminder to each of those guests.
Right.
right.
And you
Well,
were
we
doing,
probably would want to encourage them to do 2 or 3 in 1 week and then take the next week off. Because
Yes.
if you're posting, one of the gals said they put all of their parties up top and then they just posted all of them, you know, right at the same time, you know, so that's not same time, but they did
Yeah.
the same post in all 3 parties.
well, it's the
So-
same content, right? It's the
Yeah.
same, you're using the same outline or the same day, as long as you're following the same format. So it's not even, how long does it take you to schedule that, Christie?
Well, from the time I book a show, it's 10 minutes before it's ready to roll.
But then that's every day. That's
And
every,
then I schedule, now that I have all of my outlines ready to go for this month, I could go ahead and schedule the whole show in maybe 15 minutes. And soon you're going to be able to schedule outlines to multiple shows.
Yeah.
Right now you can only schedule 1 outline to 1 show. You can schedule 1 post to multiple shows. And that will be coming for the outlines also soon.
that is amazing. I can't believe that. the
It's just
difference
going to
between-
continue to improve.
Yeah.
What have you got to say about Facebook?
No,
Have they got
nah.
continuing to improve
No.
on our account? No. Pampered Chef's got your back on table.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Patty, it's
I
12:32.
know, it's only 11:30 here, Nancy. You know, with the time change.
People have.
I don't know. I have so much excitement in me. I'm like, oh my God, she's amazing. I know.
Amazing.
I couldn't have picked a better. I couldn't
I
have
think,
picked.
yeah, you did
Yeah.
great, Patty girl. Maybe we'll
Yeah.
have her back for phase project or phase 2. At
It
another
would be
time,
an
but-
honor. And Marie, I'm
Yeah.
glad you thought that it was nice and easy, but Susan, you do not get a pass on being too wordy on those texts.
I love how you did that.
I am so trying to pare it down. I have a bunch ready to go and I'm like, that's still too
Just
wordy.
think
So that's-
Just
think
okay.
about, we come
But-
across as a salesman when we do that. That's not the
Yeah.
image you want.
No.
Right.
it's
So I
not.
realized where I've gone wrong. It's that personal stuff that you were doing with those reminders every day. I tried to do 4 parties in 1 week last month. And 3 of them went absolutely nowhere, like no orders, nothing. 1 did okay because of the effort of the host personally with her guests, but it was probably my fault. Like I wasn't doing the systems that you were doing. You know, this is very eye-opening. There's a lot to learn. You know, if you were starting
There
where
is.
you started with table, this would be no big deal. But it reminds me of the personal connection we had with our
Yes.
guests. We're in
Yes.
front of them.
Thank you so
right.
much for that. Yeah.
Thank
All
Well,
right, Patty.
it's amazing. I am going to stop the recording. I want to say thank you again one more time. And we really appreciate that you have really knocked our socks off with all of this. So thank you so much, Christy. I appreciate it.
You're
I'm gonna
very